Okay, students, so it's time for us to go ahead and start our digital art. And again, I'm going to start you off kind of slow here. I just want to introduce you to one of my favorite tools for digital creation. It's Photopea, if you haven't used it before. It can be a lot of fun once you start to learn how to use all the different tools that are available in it. So click on the link in Google Classroom. It'll get you to the start page. If for some odd reason it doesn't pop up on this image, scroll down. It's just like any other program, just like any other website. They're always being updated. So sometimes for some reason you have to scroll down to get to this section. There'll be a message at the top. Don't panic thinking you haven't gotten to the right tool. So you're looking for this area. You're going to click on New Project. Go ahead and give it a name. I'm just going to call it Face. Call it something simple, something you're going to recognize. I'm just going to have you play around with it a little bit and do a few simple manipulations to start with. Don't worry about what size the image is, and under background we're just going to keep it at white. You can see there's a couple of variations possible here. We're going to use a transparent one later, but for now we're just going to keep this with white and create. So this is like your paper. This out here, this is not a part of your actual image, so don't worry about trying to make this larger for some odd reason. Your image is only going to be what is inside these boxes here. So your tools are over here on the left, and then under each tool you've got some different options, and those will be up here. And then your this should look just like every other document or app that you've used in Google. So you've got files, editing, imaging, layers, and selecting and filters. Now that's probably new for you, and we'll get into some of that. So we're going to try just changing the background for starters. Under the gradient tool you've got two options. There's options here because there's this kind of a corner bracket in the lower right hand corner. So under the gradient tool I've got options for the gradient, and I've got options for a paint bucket. A paint bucket is basically going to change the color of everything bounded by lines. So right now we have a rectangle bounded by lines. So we're going to click on the paint bucket tool, and down at the bottom of our toolbox we've got a color palette. So I'm going to click on that color palette. Right now my options are kind of this rosy gray. So I can move this circle anywhere within this value range and choose a color. I can also click through this area over here and start to choose a color from this palette. Now, and this compares. This shows me what I had. This shows me what I have. So you can, be kind of an educated consumer, so to speak, of what color you're going to change to. Let's pick kind of a neat plum and say OK. And then remember, the paint bucket is going to fill this entire space. So, boom, new color. Again, one thing I want you to do is change your background color. This will meet that criteria. Or you can play around with the gradient tool. You can see up here, your option right now is to use this original color and fade into black. This is along a linear path, so I can move a line. I've clicked and I'm dragging this line over, and it creates that fade. There's a lot of other options under here. You can choose, this fade, for example. Now this gray and white checkerboard, that means that it's clear underneath. So I ought to be able to keep my parts of my purple underneath that rainbow fade. There we go. You can change it from linear into different types of shapes. So I'm going to drag this out, and it ought to create a radial rainbow. There we go. So background changed. This would also meet that criteria. So the focus I'm giving you for this experimental time with Photopea is that I want you to draw a face. I'm asking you to do several different things just to get to know some of these tools. So the first thing is to manipulate the background. You've already done that. Now I'm going to have you draw a face. Some things you're going to need are shapes and lines. So I'm going to the shape maker here. You've got options: rectangle, ellipse, line, parametric, and custom shape. I'm going to go ahead and pick the ellipse because my aim is something kind of like a smiley face. Up here you can choose the fill color, and again you've got a lot of other options here. I usually kind of keep it simple. You're welcome to play around with more if you want to. Don't forget, anything that you do, you can certainly undo. So I'm going to draw in a circle here. It'll be filled with that green. Say I'm like, oh, I don't know that I really like that green next to these other colors. So I can change that. Or say I'm like, ooh, I don't really like that shape at all. I can do edit. Undo will take it back one step. Step backwards will take it back a step at a time until you get back to where you want to be. And you will use this a lot. You'll start to remember Control Z is undo. So let's make sure we go back to the shape maker. I've got ellipse selected. I really liked that purple better than I liked the green, so I'm going to put that circle in. And then, since I have a shape there, I have the options to move it. You'll get used to this tool a lot as well. Because remember, part of good art is being able to kind of manipulate where things are so you have a nice space. Alright, so there's the background of my face. I'm going to come in and use the brush tool now and start to create, eyes, nose, things along those lines. Now that's a preview of what kind of a mark I'm going to make with the brush. So I want something kind of big-ish. Yeah, that's nice right there. And go back to the palette. The palette is also going to be your other best friend in this program. And let's see how that looks. Gotta edit that background. Sometimes you'll find that if a layer is not editable, it starts to read these different layers over here. Sometimes what I like to do is to go ahead and merge that down so that my purple circle gets merged into my background, and then it'll treat it as one thing that then I can go ahead and draw upon. And I'm telling you, it can be really tricky, but if you spend the time to learn it, it can be really rewarding. So that's fun and funky. Let's play a little bit more. There's a smudge tool, and that'll treat it sort of like chalk pastels. That's kind of fun. Experiment some. See what you can do. Like we've done with the other projects, take several trials, experiment. You already know how to undo one thing. Say I'm like, whoa, that one's way too much, Miss Green. I'm going to edit, undo, change my mind, redo it, step all the way backwards, redo it. Just go ahead, give it a shot and see what you like. And if you really blow it, close it out, start a new one. You have not wasted any materials, and you can't consider your time a waste because you're always learning something. This is an experiment. Don't be afraid to make something that you don't like. in the end, you're still learning how this stuff works. And this is a fairly simple way to get started. So no stress. Just, I'm wanting you to try to change the background, create a face, use at least 2 different colors, and some kind of line. And we have met those criteria. So now we're going to save it. We go to File. In this point, if you are not finished working with it, you're going to save it as a PSD. Since it's pretty simple, we're going to go ahead and export this as a JPEG. That's a very basic image file. So we're going to save it. Don't worry about changing the format any at all. Don't worry about changing the ratio. And this is a preview, just giving you a look at the quality of your image. It's not going to crop anything out. It's not going to make it smaller or larger. Go ahead and save that. Now it's going to download it. You're going to need to make sure that you save this in a systematic location. So don't save it in downloads. Downloads is a temporary file, and we need to change where this is saved. I'm going to save it as go to your Google Drive, and I want you to make a folder. So you're going to click, now mine looks a little different. I'm on my laptop, I'm not on my Chromebook. But either way, you're going to go ahead and make a new folder. Name it Digital Art. And when you hit save, you're going to see a small image of your work in your digital art folder. So we're going to save it. And I've already saved mine once, so we're going to say yes. We're going to save that work, and you're done for the day. All right, good luck and have fun.